Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 63.
And as Chick
I'm big.
Nicely.
I like to refer to the JFK assassination. Assassination on in November of 1963.
Look at you.
For this episode, is this going to be all about JFK?
No, but
surprise!
He likes to have those
sports jersey numbers.
So I want to do a historical thing.
Yeah. I can't think of a number 63. Somebody that wore 63.
Isn't that John Chamberlain?
No, he was 62. He was last week.
Oh, he was 62. Oh, that's right, he was.
63 is probably some offensive lineman or something like that, you know. I don't know.
It is the inaugural. Well, the Mets started at what, 62, 63?
See, once again, your mind is going somewhere else. I'm sports jerseys.
And I brought it to a sports franchise. The Mets started 62, 63.
Yeah. They won in 69.
And they were terrible.
Yeah.
Still are.
Man.
They are so bad. But I'm Chick.
And I'm Chris.
Yeah, that was the longest intro ever. I just
that
see
was
people clicking off.
Oh, here he goes already.
Yeah. We usually intro the same three people that are always on the show, so you're right, they clicked off. Who are these people talking?
Yeah, like they love us so much.
Who's who?
I honestly don't think people are listening anymore.
Well, we still have the same amount of listens, so let's not fucking self-deprecate the show right now.
I listened last week, and we owe everybody an apology, because that was a...
Yeah, I didn't think last week was particularly great.
Hey,
it was awful.
It had a couple moments, but you know what?
The best moment of that show was when we ended it. That was the only moment.
Well, you are the worst critic, though.
Yeah. And you're just the worst person, so it's fine.
What?
Wow. You're not a good guy.
Wow.
Let's get into what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Alright, I'm kidding.
That's some off-air stuff.
Oh, wow. You know what I'll say is be getting mad at me because he says I hound him on bringing on guests.
You do.
And maybe I'm gonna get a little, but I haven't been as annoying as he thinks.
No.
Right, Chris? I barely talk about it on the. It's not like I talk about it.
You guys are talking out back.
He's talking to me out there about. Yeah. I'm talking about one guest, and he's. So like,
I mean, this guy likes to whisper. He's talking about JFK over here.
Oh yeah,
we're starting the show.
Yeah. Well, whatever. How was everybody's week? You were in LA.
Great.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So went to LA, had a couple meetings.
All right.
I don't know how well they went, but
every picture I saw, you were at the beach. Couldn't gone that well.
Went to the beach once.
I'm like, man, these meetings must be going well.
Went to the beach once.
All night meetings.
Pictures. But I had some production meetings with companies that work with Netflix, so it was really cool to be in those rooms.
Nice.
So Adult Baby's gonna be on Netflix?
Yeah, they're coming soon. Coming soon.
So what exactly are you trying to?
Trying to sell this.
The movie.
Yeah, the thing that
The show.
Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens, but the experience of it, man, was nuts. Just like so business. So fucking business.
Did you wear a suit?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Should you have?
No.
Was everybody wearing a
artsy.
suit?
It's LA. It's like they almost respect you less if you wear a suit, you know?
Yeah.
Because the art person's not supposed to wear a
No, I wore
suit.
like a nice collared shirt,
Right.
like with jeans though.
And you went solo? Or you had a partner?
No, I have. I've been like studying under this Emmy-winning producer for a couple years.
So like a mentor type.
Yeah, like a mentor.
You're an apprentice.
I'm an apprentice.
Nice.
All right.
So that was awesome. But dude, LA is nuts. A lot of homeless out there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the homeless. And this is from a buddy of mine who lives out west. And he's pretty well traveled in the States and stuff. Like, he's been to a lot of places.
Right.
And his theory is the further west you get, the more aggressive the homeless get, too.
Oh,
so like,
so weird you say that.
in New York, they do ask for things. But they kind of really just sit there looking on like they're on drugs. And occasionally they'll ask for money, or they'll ask once, walk away, or they'll just have a sign. When you go to like Chicago, I went to, they'll walk with you for a block and talk to you before they even ask you for anything. Yeah. And sometimes you can't tell if they're homeless.
They're just like crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and he says, and out west now, he said they have laws against, like, people can arrest them for stealing and things like out of a store. There's like weird laws protecting the homeless.
San Francisco is weird with the homeless like that. I was gonna say with LA homeless though. I just went to Venice Beach for a little bit. they were so non-aggressive that I thought it was weird.
They're laid back,
Dude,
man.
they were just,
Cali.
they live on the beach. They got like their little tent, like on the beach.
Well,
I guess it's not
And
what a
they're-
life he says. I was just gonna say,
But
is it
think
that
about
bad?
this,
But
like-
it's gotta be.
Think about, like, any homeless person that stays in New York must be the laziest type of homeless. You want a winter?
I was just gonna say,
Yeah, but how-
if you're
they
gonna
gotta
be
get out
homeless,
Yeah. I mean, so you're taking money all day, right? Get on the Greyhound.
What?
well, I kind of agree. If you know there's, let's get into this because now this is
if
actually
you
kind
know
of
that
interesting.
there's better weather,
If you know
can
you're
live
gonna be
on the
homeless,
beach.
right?
If I know I'm gonna be,
Like,
I'm like, if it's a career choice.
Yeah, if it's a
right.
career
You're
choice.
like, and I'm homeless.
Because like most of these people, I feel like are not trying to not be homeless. They're just it is what it is. For whatever reason they are home. I'm not bad mouthing, but for whatever reason they are homeless. It's kind of done, gone, and now this is it. What do you want
Ironically,
to be?
you're kind of homeless.
I'm borderline homeless.
Yeah. Me as well. You know.
We don't
own homes.
We don't own homes, but I have a home to sleep
That's
in.
true.
But no, I feel like
A lot of these families had.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They burned a bridge.
And the family gave up.
and the family
That's
gave
the
yeah,
problem.
exactly. Okay.
Listen,
You guys are
you
one.
better be careful.
Yeah.
You burned a
I
lot
better
of
be
bridges.
careful. You got fired by your family.
Yeah,
Next
but
is getting
that's a joke. Though.
Next is getting kicked out.
They would never kick me out. I'm too good of a house guest.
But wouldn't you rather be in a better weather?
Yes.
If you're gonna be homeless,
Of course,
Like,
yeah,
why go
but
through
That's
winter?
what I'm saying. Like, these guys got it right.
You act like they could just go online and get a ticket and head out west.
I mean, start saving.
Start saving their
Start
homeless.
saving.
What are you guys
Bro.
talking about?
Save up those coins.
Like he's out there on the
I give coins to the homeless.
okay,
Save
good.
those
Coins?
bro.
coins.
How much is a Greyhound?
How much is a Greyhound?
No, it's. I do not think it's.
I don't think it's
cheap
easy,
to get out there.
But if you're not doing
Hitchhiking.
anything else,
Hitchhiking? What is it? 1973? You
No,
people are insane.
I
don't
don't
know.
think it's easy. But if
These
you're not
guys
doing
can't get
anything
their
else,
lives together.
I
You think
know.
they will? All right. Well, you know, I can't get a job, but let me. Let me get myself across the country. For half of them have mental
Most of
issues.
them are crazy, yeah.
But you're acting like these are like normal people
just
that they
saying,
can
if I were homeless.
just get a bus.
I'm not
First
saying
of all, I
all
don't
of
even think
them.
I could get a bus together and go to out west. Like, and I have a full-time job, let alone you know, on the side of the cross
I think you
Bronx.
can make it out west.
I
if you
think
had
I think you could.
I could, but you know what? I
You're
also
wearing
could
a
also,
rainbow flag hat.
but I could also
made
make
for the West Coast.
I could also make my way over here. And these people, a majority of the homeless, have mental instability. There's something wrong. They're not just lazy. I'm sure there's a portion of them that
I don't
that
think
are,
it's
but
laziness. I
No,
don't
I
know
was
if it's
using the
necessary.
laziness as like a joke. I'm not
There's
saying like if you're gonna be homeless though.
Chris is so insensitive about the
Do it over
homeless.
there.
well, there's also
That's what I would do if I were ever like I'm homeless. Like I'd try to not be.
I think if you were,
it's
I
negative fucking 5 degrees.
I get that, but you know what? I think for you
Maybe
to
not
say
even out east, down south.
Down
yes.
south works. Down south works.
It's gotta be easier
I
to
just
get
think-
down
I just-
south.
I think you guys are looking at this like it's easy to just get down
No,
south.
here's my thing. It's
No,
not easy.
It's not easy,
But I'd rather
doing
I'd
anything
walk
else,
to
dude.
Florida. You're gonna be walking around in the city anyway.
What? That's the thing. What else are you doing?
You're not
Hitchhiking.
walking to Florida.
Hitchhike.
You might.
Who's picking up a homeless person?
You don't think there's
Fucking
even
not.
more weird people who would pick
Okay.
them up and take them?
Okay.
Are you
That,
guys
I'll
insane?
second
You guys are insane. Seriously, think about
I
it.
like
You're-
watching him get
You're
like going.
because you act like this is just what are you doing living in the cold? They didn't. If they had anything, they would go and get a hat. I don't like. What is wrong with you guys?
I just like seeing how you are.
I think it's
And I'm not saying it's easy to get.
I'm not taking it seriously. I don't think you guys are
No, I'm
taking it like. All right, if you're gonna
Seriously,
bring up a
no.
hypothetical,
doing more of a bit than a.
wow, that's not a bit. That's a hypothetical thing that makes zero sense. If you're gonna be homeless, why not live in the
Why don't
West?
you just buy a
of
house?
course. Yeah, why don't you just? Well, here's the other thing about the homeless. You know what they do? The homeless in Hawaii getting flown out and put in L.A.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, whoa.
What?
The city
The city is flying
is
out.
flying out homeless. The homeless.
Wait, Hawaii's flying them to LA, or LA's like, give us your homeless?
L.A. does not want the homeless.
I would
They
love to
dress
see
them
that
up.
that flight getting off the plane,
Like,
and you just looking at 400 homeless.
Well, I
coming
think they
out.
clean them up. I think they clean them up.
Oh,
I
So
feel
it's like,
clean up their city.
wow.
Do they make them look not homeless, like they're undercover?
You know what's even worse? Like
Yeah.
some people probably act like Hawaii's trying to help them, but all they're doing is
No,
cleaning
they
them
don't.
up
No,
and
we just
shipping
trying
them
to help
out.
them. They just want them out. They just want them out.
So maybe New York should do that to get them into the West Coast. Maybe
Well-
everybody should dump them in California.
Dude, San
There's
Francisco's
something-
already mostly homeless.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in San Francisco, but it's
Was Portland
unethical
like that?
to like send homeless people to another city. Let it be your problem.
No, I agree.
So
Was
No
Portland
one's
like
talking
that,
about
though, or-
ethics here.
hey, I am.
Jesus Christ, B.
What?
B.
B's
Was
got a
Portland
real
homeless
friend.
like that? Like, was it,
Yeah, I mean it's everywhere. It's
You have a
everywhere.
homeless friend that you're so like
What?
very passionate
Because-
about. Like,
No, I just don't think.
No,
I-
he's homeless.
because I think when people that live in nice communities and nice houses, and they're like, oh, you know, you could just go out west. It's like what?
Don't make me out to be like I'm this guy.
What? I'm
who's
talking
getting rid
I'm
of all
talking
the
to the two of you
homeless.
as a whole.
I know, but my point is, I'm not some like privileged kid who's just saying, "Oh, get rid of the homeless."
I
I
understand
thought it was
that.
funny, and all I'm saying is, if you're gonna be homeless, do your best
Okay.
to get out west.
Well,
to
Brendan
better
Ryan
life.
is here to give you guys a little dose of homeless reality. Okay.
Jesus Christ!
From all your experience being homeless.
Yeah, I know. He's so passionate about it.
I'm not passionate about it. I want.
He wants them all here.
No, I don't want them all here, but I just don't. First of all, I don't know what you. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense what you guys are talking.
Most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth doesn't
sense.
make sense.
Well, it has to have some truth to it. Come on, guys.
No,
It's
I'm
not
saying
that-
if I could choose a place to be homeless, if I could drop me like on a video game somewhere.
You would
If I'm
choose,
homeless, I'd choose somewhere where it's warmer.
of course.
I would choose San
That's all I'm
Diego.
Right.
saying.
But
San Diego, perfect.
San Diego would be a great place.
That'd be a
to
great place to be homeless.
Yeah,
And I feel like the people are probably nicer too instead of
Probably
the
nice.
assholes in New York.
probably.
But there's also homeless people, or not even homeless, fake homeless. People who have a job, nice cars, nice lives, who pretend to be homeless during the day.
Yeah.
Is
And
that true though?
that is true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they make
I've
tons
heard
of money,
that as a
but they
kid,
make.
like,
It's probably it's probably not that many.
I was just gonna
out
say it's
there.
not a lot, but they're out there.
when I was in high school, there was like we got a homeless guy near our high school, and like the rumor was, no man, he's a millionaire, and like
Yeah.
Well, that's probably not true.
He's definitely not a
sleeps behind
millionaire.
the
He's definitely not a
sleepies.
millionaire.
He sleeps behind the sleepies or under the train station. I don't think.
Hey, we
he's a
had Kevin the
millionaire.
Bum, who we used to all hang out with. Do you know Kevin the Bum, B?
I don't think I do.
Did you hang out in the woods a lot when you were
I
in high
did.
school?
I spent
or-
some time in the woods.
All right. We used to hang out there. I
But
mean,
who
like,
doesn't spend time in the woods?
Yeah.
we used to hang out in the woods daily.
Of course.
Every day, night, we were there probably
Yeah.
40 hours a week.
A lot of time.
In the summer. And Kevin the Bum was a bum that everybody who lives, most of the people who hung out in the woods in the Farmingdale around, I don't know if he's still around. He might be. I hope so.
Yeah.
But he used to just
Maybe-
hang out in the woods.
Maybe he saved all his money and went out
Nicest
west.
guy. Used to
Kevin-
come around and
Kevin the
I
West
would
Coast
never.
bum.
We would like smoke with him, but some people would like let him hit something that they were gonna like. I
Oh,
wouldn't
gross.
share a pipe or anything with
Bro.
him, but we would like
Like
drink
Kevin
and smoke with him
Backus.
occasionally and like see this guy around. And he was just some bum who lived in the Farmingdale woods. Kevin the Bum. I'll never forget.
We
him.
had a guy.
Good guy.
We had
No,
a.
but
I'm curious
Well, a
to
lot
know
of
what's
them
going
are,
on with him
like-
anymore.
when you guys were growing up, probably like veterans, right?
I don't know if he was a veteran.
I don't know.
It's a good question.
We had a guy. We used to have Friday night Yankee tickets, and we had a guy. We would tailgate every Friday night. It was me, a couple of my friends, my cousins, and their friends. It's a big group, so we get there early on a Friday night Yankee home game, and there was this guy. For the first few years we were there, his name was Whiskey Red, and Whiskey Red was a guy that enjoyed his drinks. He didn't have a home, and he would hang out with us, and we'd give him like scraps, like burgers, and he would just hang out. He was like a seagull, They like
A
seagulls.
flock of seagulls.
You know how seagulls like
He
go to
was
the
a
beach and they see like where food
Caw,
is?
caw.
That's what Whiskey Red was like. And we would hang out with him, and one guy worked in the city, and it was weird because we would always see Whiskey Red at the tailgate, just sort of hanging around, collecting cans and stuff.
Small man.
And then one guy saw him outside of his job in Manhattan, and he was like, it was like when you see a teacher out of work, it's like, oh, it's weird. He's in a different area, and Whiskey Red was there, and then.
I love the name, by the way.
Yeah, Whiskey Red. I think, I don't know if we gave him that or, if he was born that
If
way.
he comes with that, if he's like, hey guys, call me Whiskey Red,
Yeah.
you can't call him that though.
No, anybody says that, I'm calling him.
Oh, we called him Whiskey Red to his face. Yeah, he was Whiskey Red. And then there was like stories that would like his family. He had a family that was well off, but then he kind of screwed up, like you were saying. He burned bridges a bunch of times and just never. And he was living on his own. And then one season we came back and he was gone. We never heard.
He died.
Either he died or he moved out west or he got his accident.
My guess is he's dead.
He probably should have gone somewhere.
Yeah, I think he did get hit by a car one season.
Yeah, he's not
alive. Yeah, so, well, God bless Whiskey Red, wherever he is.
Rest in peace, Whiskey Red.
Hopefully he's,
I wish
on the
Kevin
beach
the
in San
Bum
Diego.
nothing but the best.
Yeah.
All right.
B, you're just an interesting guy today.
Oh, am I? I had an interesting week. You want to hear about?
I would like to get into your week because I haven't had much going on this week. I've taken on a second job, and that's really all I can.
What do you do? What are you, gas station attendant?
I just do some things to make some extra money, side jobs.
What is that?
Side jobs.
Side jobs?
Yeah, but get into
you
your
helping
week.
people move.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Right.
he's got a moving job. He's doing something.
But what happened in your week?
Oh. Tuesday night, I have a show in the city. If you remember last Tuesday, it was downpouring. It was raining.
It's been raining for like a month straight.
Every day last week.
I need 75 for me, but yeah.
So, last Tuesday, I go in, and it was humid, but it was raining. So I'm like, I gotta bring a jacket. So I bring my jacket. And I knew I didn't want to bring my jacket because it gets in the way of what I need to do, right?
You can't tell jokes in a jacket.
No. It gets in the way because it's so hot that like I need it for like the hood, but inside, it's just like a pain in the neck.
We don't even need to ask this guy questions. It's just the things that everything's got. There's like a whole story behind every little.
Believe me, there's a point to the.
And I'm waiting.
It'll come back.
Yeah, okay.
It'll come back. So I do the show. And the show was great. It was at Drexler's in the East Village. Really cool show. They had a DJ on top of me that and when I came in.
Was he doing that like?
No, for the intro.
Was he doing
the intro you in?
Like you deliver the joke and he's like,
I don't know. No, he left. Because it wasn't like a song. It was like a scratch.
Yeah, he just scratched you in.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like
that is
the
pretty
DJ was
different.
right
It's definitely different.
Intro.
But the place is really cool. I had like 4 friends that were there
That came.
Is that the one
came
that Tilali does with like the crazy lights behind you? Or something?
No. This is Todd Montesi's show at Drexel. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, show was great. I leave after the show. I had a decent set. I go back. I took the train then. I get back to Penn Station. I have 40 minutes for my train, so I decide to stop at Trax. Grab a drink at Trax, and I get back on the train.
Good night start.
I get back on the train, and the second the doors close, I'm like, oh no, I forgot my jacket at Trax.
That's why I don't like to bring stuff out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I knew it would be a hindrance.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And this time of the year,
Wow, nice word.
this time of the year, you're not used to wearing a jacket, so it's like, when you're like in winter mode.
Winter, you're like, oh, it's cold out.
Right.
I need to grab my jacket.
So that was the reason why, like, early on, I was like, I don't want to bring my jacket because I'm going to be carrying it around. Mm-hmm. And there I am, I leave it at Trax. Train goes, I'm like, I have my phone, I have my wallet, my keys are in my jacket, of course. So right away, I'm like trying to call Trax. I call Trax right away. They get the jacket, they put it away for me. But now I get home and I have no keys. My car's stuck at the train station. So I'm like, great, well that's tickets. The next day I get up, I take an Uber.
How'd you get in?
How did I get in?
I thought you were going to say you got locked out of your house.
No. I can get into the garage code. But we've actually talked about this before on the podcast, I believe.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Got a habit of losing your keys?
Yeah. Well, no, it was more about like a garage. Like I don't have a house key.
Oh, that's right. I remember this now, and that's why you never use the front door and yada yada yada.
Yes, and I forget what that was.
So
but
wait,
that's because
you
I
woke
went
up
in through your
the
front
next day,
door.
I woke up the next day.
Yes.
I watched the Super Bowl and I went in through the front door and you thought that was so weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just weird you being my house. I didn't like it.
It's a lot of hostility.
No, I'm
You also, you had a good amount of kids at your house.
I was in
Super
such a
Bowl
good
podcast.
mood today, and B's just trying to ruin it.
Can't wait. I can't wait till I'm succeeded on rooting your mood.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We're almost
Can't
there.
bring me down today.
I could bring you down. I could bring you down.
Oh, okay. Let's go on with this great story.
So now the next day, well, you know, we can talk about your week.
No, I'm saying let's go
because
on.
apparently nobody else does anything over here.
I know. I'm
Hey
asking.
man, I had
Let's
a
go.
crazy day. I'm ready.
All right. So I can't wait to hear about your crazy day. So I get now the next day I have to go to work at 6:30 in the morning, and I had taken Uber there. I worked 14 hours that day. I don't get my keys till the end of the week. I had to have a friend go in there. It was a nightmare. Like, living without your keys is just...
But you don't use them.
I use them to drive my
How many
car.
tickets,
Oh,
by
that's
the
true.
way?
That was the car I was
I
going
only got
to.
one ticket.
Only one. That's nice.
Yeah, they put it in a plastic bag because it rained all week. I think the guy
were-
Oh,
realized.
how nice of them.
The guy probably thought I was dead or something because he saw my car.
That was
all
the
week.
next thing.
I'm
Yeah,
shocked that it didn't
missing.
boot you or something.
Yeah.
That would have been great if B
Oh,
came up
yeah.
as like, this person is missing. He's
Give
not
me
been seen.
Another week, the police would have been called, honestly,
Mhm.
because it was just stuck there in the same spot.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get. I was working all week. I just couldn't get to the city, to Penn Station, to get my car keys, and I didn't have a spare set, so I was screwed.
I don't have a spare set either.
Yeah. So it was a nightmare of a week.
You guys gotta get a spare.
Well, I had one and I flushed it down the toilet.
What?
Do you remember when I dropped my keys at my old job down the auto flush toilet?
Sort of.
Yeah, last year I dropped my one spare. It was my real set of keys at the time, and I dropped it in a toilet while I was paying, and then it auto flushed, and I lost
You can get
my whole
another
set
one
of
made
keys.
for like $5.
No,
No, without the fob. It's
Oh.
just they make like the key.
But mine doesn't have a key.
You can't get into your car with just the key.
No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's all auto and like
Damn.
automatic and shit.
And that's expensive too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
why I'm
one's-
not
that
getting a
one's
spare. I
expensive.
just
Yeah.
better not lose this one.
Yeah, mine was just a regular key.
God bless you.
Dude, it was a night. But like, you realize
you gotta push to start.
Yeah.
push start.
fuck.
But you realize how if you don't have a car, I was just so lost. Taking an Uber to work every day.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
It's
like-
expensive. That's almost losing money to go to work every
Yeah.
day.
Well, yeah. Thank God I live close, but it was just awful.
So that sounds like a fun week, though.
Yeah. So I finally had to get a friend that worked in the city to come back and stop in. I'm like, do you mind stopping in Tracks? Thank you, Cinnabons. A girl named Cinnabons got it.
I like that.
Yeah,
She's
all
in a
right,
bond.
Yeah, Cinnabons. I met her at a strip club. So she picked it up.
Is she a stripper?
No, I just met her there. So she picked it up and she was able to bring. She was able to bring my
gloss
keys.
right on over that.
Can we go
Let's
into
No,
this?
I don't want to get into
Cinnabon.
it, man. I don't want to get into it.
All right.
She
okay.
wouldn't like to talk about it.
All right, fair.
All right.
Out of respect for Cinnabon,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
won't get into it. I just want to know how you meet a girl Cinnabon
At a strip club and she's not
not a stripper with that name.
Well, you meet people in life.
Hey, God bless you.
All right, she might have been off duty, but yeah.
Could have been. I don't know. She told me she wasn't a stripper. I don't know. But thank you, Cinnabons. I really appreciate that.
She's a good person. She went out and got you.
Great
your
person.
keys.
Very nice.
And thanks to Trax too, who got the jacket and my keys, put it in a bag, and put it.
And
away.
how little did you care about the jacket?
I actually did care about the jacket because it's one of my favorite jackets.
Oh.
But I was like, if they were like
One or the other.
the keys. Yeah. So that was my nightmare all week, just not having a car to drive
That's
around in.
frustrating.
That is terrible. If I didn't have my car for a week, it would be awful.
It's
It's
terrible.
like my
it'd be
home.
like
I wouldn't even know where to hang out.
It is literally your home.
Yeah, it's your home entertainment system on wheels. And then on Saturday night, or was it Friday night? Doesn't matter.
Saturday night it happened. No, it
No,
happened on Friday night. 'Cause I talked to you about it Saturday.
So Friday night, I told you guys, you alright?
Yeah, we're good.
Friday
There
night.
goes B. Not able to let anything slide or do
Well,
anything.
you dropped an instrument, so
No, we're good, buddy.
Friday night. What do you get mad at me for?
I'm not mad at you.
I see him in your head. Don't worry, 25. We'll get it back together. Friday night. I've been hosting these shows. Like I told you, this guy has me hosting all of his shows.
And I actually can't wait.
Oh,
to hear
you were
this.
at.
I was at-
again, right?
No, I was in.
Since
I was
I've
in,
seen that Snapchat,
I wish
and
I
like that
were.
little
You know
mini
what?
summary
I
on
did
it,
see
I've
this.
been like, I can't wait to do this episode.
Yeah.
I'm in Ronkonkoma.
That sounded
I was in the
fun.
Conch, baby, at the Clarion Hotel. So I get out of work and I'm like, oh
Good
man.
hotels, those.
I was just like. By the way, it's right across from McGuire's Comedy Club, which had like Kevin Roach. They had like a decent comedy show that night, And I'm like, there's nobody that's gonna go to the Clarion on Vets Highway. Like, there's just no way. So I get to this hotel, and it's in like a conference room downstairs. So I go downstairs, and
conference room.
Yeah.
It already sounds awful.
right. So I go downstairs, and I start opening doors because I don't know where it is. There's a big sign that says Gateway Comedy with an arrow to downstairs, and it's got the headliner, and no picture of me, by the way, just the headliner, and
Why would there be a picture of you?
because I'm the host. Why
Should
not
there be?
throw the host?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you could throw the host on.
I was a feature. I mean, come on. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I go downstairs and I start opening doors. One door I open is just there's chairs. Another door I open, there's flickering lights. It looked like a horror scene. Like there was just lights flickering and
Is there a
dark.
drip coming from anywhere, like a leak?
I was waiting for it. So then like I hear like now I'm with a group of other
turn
people.
around.
Other people are like all looking for the same thing. Now I'm amongst people that are going to the show. I'm like, oh good, I have
This
to
is
host.
the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have to host the show, and now I'm with all the people that bought tickets, like opening doors, like, where is it? You think it's in this room? I'm like, that's embarrassing enough, right?
That's how you start hosting.
Yeah. So now I go, we find a little corner, and we see the where the room is, and there's a guy set up with all the money, the guy that runs the show, and there's a line like 20 people deep. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, oh. I wasn't taking this too seriously. There's a lot of people here, right? So, get in. People were moving in. There must have been 75 people in this little conference room.
Oh, this
Okay?
is nice then.
Packed out to the point where we get to the point at the end where there was not enough chairs. And the guy that worked at the hotel, he's like, can't put any more chairs in there. They're going to have to stand. The hotel won't allow any more than, 70 chairs or something like that. So they packed it out.
Standing room. Look at this.
But I think they kind of moved on from that. So right before the show started at 8:30. Right before the show starts, the guy. What are you shaking your head?
I'm letting you tell your story. Just go.
You're shaking your head at me.
Because I'm just entertained by your story.
Okay. So
Jesus, I can't make any move without you calling it out and stopping.
I have to.
Dead in the middle of his story.
I have to. I don't.
I
Because
gotta sit there like a
you're
fucking.
giving me-
I gotta sit still like a statue when you tell
yeah,
a story.
Straight jacket.
Yes, we should get him a straight jacket.
Me straight. I just move
Oh,
around.
bro, that's a skit. We'll just see if he can escape.
Yeah, that would
It's the
be.
whole episode.
So right before the show starts, now I have to do this. The guy that runs it, he's like, oh, you gotta put the lights on. I'm like, I don't know where to put. Yeah, because the host runs this show essentially, and it's like,
Yeah, but the lights?
I don't know. He's like, you gotta put the sound system on. I don't know how to turn.
There's
the
no
sound
sound guy or light guy.
No,
Well, not.
no.
But the guy running it should do that shit.
The guy running it also has one leg, so I give him a break.
Maybe he couldn't get there.
So now I go. I'm trying to turn the lights on, right? I can't find the light switch. The guy who runs the show comes up to me. He goes, "Oh, the light switch is on the roof up there, up top." I'm like, "Well, you got to hire taller comedians because the two of us are not going to get up there." So now there's 60-something people in this conference room, and I have to take a chair off of the stage and put it right in front of the front row and climb on it and turn the lights on. This is like right before the show starts at 8:30. This is 8:27. I'm doing this. All right. So now I go out.
You have the weirdest experiences at every show you ever do.
I know. That's the level I'm at right now, where I'm just doing this stuff. That's where I am. I'm not at like where I don't get the red carpet into a comedy show. They make me.
I'm
turn on
not
the
bad
lights.
mouthing it. I'm just saying it's just funny.
So now I go to outside, and he's like, Brendan, you want to make an announcement? We're going to do a 50-50 raffle for a child with autism. Now it's like I'm a circus guy. I'm just like, I'm
You gotta be a well-diverse host in this.
yes. Every time I go up on stage, the entire crowd claps. They clap because they think the show is starting, right? And every time I go up, I've gone up at this point 3 times.
And didn't start the show.
Every time they clap.
There's a new 50-50.
Yeah, and so I go up, they clap again. I'm like, oh no, we're not starting yet. Then we get that going. Then I come back and he's like, Brendan, go up there and tell them we're gonna start in 10 minutes, and tell all the comics that are in the room to come outside. Once again, I go up on stage, the entire crowd. Yeah, we're getting started. They clap. They show me the respect, which is nice. A lot of people see a guy walk on stage, they don't stop their conversation with their table. This crowd was like, oh,
ready to go.
All right.
They came to see a show, and they're just waiting for it to start.
Yep. And I started 4 times, false alarm every time. And finally, I'm like, sorry, not starting yet. I'm like, you guys are going to get tired of seeing me tonight. And one guy in the front row was like, we're already tired of seeing you tonight. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. So now, I'm like, I promise next time I get up here, it'll be the show. So, we get up. Now we're going to start the show. I get up. I walk up this time. I'm doing like the, moving my hands, like bring the crowd. 0 applause.
Yes.
0 applause. They're like done. It's like the boy that cried. We're done. So I'm like, wow, you cheered for me when I turned the light on. You cheered for me for that. And they're like, oh, all right. So I did the show. Show was fun. It moved slow. It moved quick, not slow. Midway through the show, I hear. Oh, this is the other thing. At the end of the show, the headliner goes up. He kills. He does 20 minutes. Kills. Right before he's done, I'm like, I'm gonna light him now. You want me to say anything before we wrap this up? He goes, make sure you say the name. And next week we have Fat Elvis. You have to really push Fat Elvis. So I'm like, what does Fat Elvis do? He goes, Fat Elvis, he's going to sing, and he's going to dance, and he's going to eat. He's going to be Fat Elvis. He has no idea what Fat Elvis does either. So now to end the show...
I feel like I've heard of Fat Elvis.
There's a Fat Elvis in every town.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So now to end the show... He's like, make sure, really promote it, really push him. So I'm like, all right. So I go up. The guy just killed, right? His name is Roddy McGuinness. He's a Scottish comic. Killed. I go up. I'm like, guys, if you want more, go to Gateway Comic, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, and by the way, next week, really exciting stuff, Fat Elvis is going to be here. And that's when the crowd started turning on me. They're like, Fat Elvis? Who is Fat Elvis? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know who Fat Elvis is either, but I'm going to promote the shit out of Fat Elvis. So I'm like, he's great. He eats. He's going to sing. He's going to dance. He's going to die in a toilet. He's going to do... I'm trying to hype this guy who I've never seen. And there's people in the front row like, oh, he's going to eat. It ended awful. Like, I walked off. I was like, all right, thanks, guys. Thank you for everything. Because I'm like promoting somebody that I don't know anything about it.
I mean, but that's what happens. You got to promote their next thing. Like, I don't...
All right, promote Fat Elvis right now. Go, kid. Go.
No. I'm not a host.
Okay, but, say you're the host.
You just got to go out there and be like, hey, next week, everybody come on down.
No. Sell Fat Elvis to us.
Come on down, watch Fat Elvis. He's going to sing like Elvis. He dances like Elvis. But he eats like Fat Elvis. Come on down.
You sound like morning radio.
You sound like it's a mixture of morning radio
WAMBC
and a stripper DJ. That's who you sound like. Come on down, Fat Elvis is gonna be on the pole.
And like a used car salesman somewhere.
Yeah, it's just a mixture of everything. So then I leave, and we get the show's done. I'm like, thank God, right? But you hear like this music upstairs, and apparently Ronkonkoma has no bars. Because everybody in Ronkonkoma is at this bar upstairs from the comedy club downstairs.
So Clarion's a hot spot.
Hot, dude. I am talking people walking around. I've never seen anything like it. They had a DJ. They had a live band. They had one guy just playing the bongos. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen up there.
Now, why is it so weird though? Like, you just unexpected, I guess, but.
I don't know. Go to like the Marriott in Farmingdale and go to their hotel bar on a Friday night.
But when you're out in the sticks in Ronkonkoma, I feel like it's a little more understandable.
They were all 90 years old and dancing.
It's like an Elks Club.
Yes. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So I have a few drinks with the comics afterwards. We're laughing. We run into this Southern group. They're from down south, and they're there for a wink. They were like, "Oh, the show was great. You know, we're staying here."
So they went to your
They went
comedy
to the show, and you know, they're like, "We had a great time. You know, we needed a laugh. You know, so and so died." So father and son, they're across from the bar. We're looking at them. They're like, they're reaching. They're so drunk. They're at the point where they're taking their empty pint glasses and pouring it underneath like the
filter.
the keg or whatever. Like they're just stealing beer and walking out. All right,
Sure.
we go outside.
Now, this is part of the family that's the wake. Okay.
Yeah, it's a father and son that are the main guys. They're outside. We're loading up the guy's car that ran the show. We like throw all the speakers in his car, and they're outside. The father and son are outside. They're laughing, having a good time. Fast forward to when I leave. I walk outside.
How long are we talking?
20 minutes.
Okay.
20 minutes. I had one drink with another comic, and I was like, I think I'm gonna get out of here. It was just, and it was packed still when I left. I walk outside. The son is bloodied and beaten. I'm talking both eyes, like when somebody gets punched in the eyes and there's like the little slits, and he's just sitting on the on a bench like just dazed. So I walk out and I'm getting an Uber back home. And because I'm not even going to the Ronkonkoma train station.
I wish you were still out there to see
Uber.
what happened.
Oh my God, I wanted to. There's 5 cops. There's an ambulance. The dad knocked out the son. They got into a fight in front of the Clarion. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing
Good for
with
the
my
dad.
life? Good for the dad. What
You don't know the story?
You don't even know what
I
happened.
feel like the son's an asshole, and at least the dad didn't get beat up by the son. He's a
You
dad.
don't know the story?
Yeah, but
I
we
just-
don't even know what happened.
I feel like the son
It
deserved
could be abused his entire life.
I doubt it, but I don't know. Right now, my first
You
instinct...
doubt that a father that knocked his son out in front of a Clarion in Ronkonkoma during a family wake was abusive his entire life? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on,
It's just
man.
when the story was being told to me, part of me thinks it was like good father-son bonding, and then the son did something stupid, and the father had to put him in place. So right now...
So he beat the fuck out of
Well,
him.
you don't know if he beat. He just probably get one shot and boom, he's done.
Oh
You never
God.
know, bro.
No,
I'm
it wasn't one
That's not
shot.
what it sounds
But
There
either
was
way,
2
right now I'm
bloody
leaning towards
eyes.
the father.
Well, the father was the winner, but I don't know. We'll never know the
Exactly.
full story because I left. I went back downstairs and told the one comic, I was like, dude, those guys we were hanging out with before, they beat the crap out of each other and they're getting arrested right now.
Did-
Oh, by the way, the father is gone.
He got arrested.
No. He dipped back into the Clarion after he knocked his son out. He's probably down at the bar. Like,
All right.
it was,
Maybe the son might be right now.
he left. It was the weirdest.
They're positive it was the father who beat the son, though.
Yeah, the son was like, my dad. And I was like, that's all I heard. Dude, it's like his teeth were coming out.
Where were they from? Do you know?
I think, I don't know. I know down south, I forget. Some town in South Carolina, maybe, I don't know. But my God, dude, it was like doing the road. I'm like, this is what it must feel like to do the road. Like, be in the middle of America. When you're in Ronkonkoma,
might
you
as well
know?
be middle
What's the
America.
road?
Like going on the road, like being like a feature
okay.
act on the road.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is the road?
You know when you go homeless and you decide to hitch a ride to out west, that's the road.
That's the
That's the road, dude.
We're gonna
So,
bring it
right.
back full time.
Yeah. So it was just a bizarre. At the end, when I got home, I was it was actually like a fun night, but like just a bizarre set of circumstances. The entire
Yeah.
thing.
That's fucking crazy.
The
That's
entire
crazy because you see a father, son, you think they're there for the wake. You know, obviously the whole family's somewhat close. You're coming from down
Yeah.
south to the wake. It's not like someone you just don't go.
Right.
So you think, maybe a nice little homely family. Everybody likes each other. The kids are drinking with the father. And then 20
And
minutes
the father
later,
has one too many.
But then,
and the
but,
father knocks out the
but then
little
again, you
son.
look back and like it was like one
Do
of
you
those.
think the kid was a prick though? Like you've seen them. Did he
They
look like
both-
a dick?
They were both very intoxicated when I talked to them.
But did they look?
They weren't a problem in the show at all, but they looked. I don't know. It's hard to. They looked like they both could be a problem.
Okay, that'd make it like father, like son.
Yeah.
Chances are.
And also, it was like I said, it was like one of those horseshoe-shaped bars, so you could sit and like.
It's
see-
like Murs.
Yeah, exactly like Murs. So, and when you see like a group of people, when the bartender goes to the other end of the bar, and they all take their pint glasses and they're turning the spouts on and there's just beer flowing. I'm like, oh my god, these guys are a problem.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
that should have been the
problematic.
first sign. If
Okay.
the father's doing that, then yeah, you know what? I'm starting to think about it and
Yeah.
rethink about my first reaction, and I think the son might have been the one not to blame.
Right. So just a fun, strange week. It was a strange week for me. You
How
know,
did they like the show though? They liked you. Did they? Think
everybody
you were
likes
funny?
it. I
Are you getting better at hosting other than?
I think I am. I still need to work on my crowd work. Somebody's phone rang in the middle of like my set, and I didn't handle it great. But yes. But because I'll tell you why. Like I know when you're like,
I just busted fucking. It's so easy, man. But anyway.
well, because listen, I heard what you would do in this situation. I would like to see what you would do in that situation.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because the problem is, when you're in the middle of a set, you're trying to stick through. There's jokes I have to tell, so if I get too off topic, it's hard to get back to where I was.
Okay,
That's my
And
biggest
I
problem.
understand that, but my point is, you have to try. Obviously, nothing's easy. To not let those things get you off topic. Like we're sitting in here, something just dropped off the table, everything stops with you.
Okay,
I'm not. Listen,
I have a rebuttal.
of course.
When somebody's cell phone rings in the middle of a show,
Well,
you have to address it.
You do.
You have to address it. Yeah, I don't have to address you dropping your pipe on here. Your smoking pipe, whatever it is. I don't have to address
I
that.
like how he called it a smoking pipe.
It's a smoking. It's like
a pen.
It's
It's a new
steam,
age-
It's a steam machine.
It's a pot pen.
Yes, it produces steam, or something like that. Right? Am I correct in that?
Sure.
Is it not steam?
I don't know if it's steam
What
or
is it?
smoke. I actually
You
don't
don't even know what you're inhaling.
I just know it's THC
Huh.
and CBD.
TCB, taking care of business.
Fucking 143.
Yeah, baby. So,
Whatever that means.
yeah. Come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
You don't know 143?
143 is I love you, bro.
Oh, no, dude. I have
It also means I hate you.
It also means I hate you too. The one is for I.
Oh yeah, now I gotta.
This is back to like
iPhone,
the
bro.
beepers and yeah, you don't know.
So yeah, that was my.
I would have loved to be there for that.
I wish you did. You know what? It'd be.
I was in Brooklyn. I told you.
I know. It would. The next one is going to be in the Hamptons, so that should be.
I'm
interesting.
coming.
If you
Oh,
want
that's
to,
fun.
if you want to, what was? Did you just fart?
I said that's fun.
Did you just fart live on air?
Oh no.
Oh, I thought I heard a sound. Did you?
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it.
Cup.
Oh, it was a
And
cup.
because of all the cigarettes and pot, I don't smell anything anymore. So I.
Oh man. So yeah, that was my week.
But I'm coming to the next one in the Hamptons. I want to see you host.
Good, you should. And for you, if you come, I will specifically try crowd work just for you.
I don't care about you trying crowd
Nice.
work. I want to see you let like something happen
You want to
without
see me
you.
fail?
No,
Come on.
the complete opposite. Unlike you, I don't want to see you fail.
Why? Wouldn't that be fun to watch?
Of course, it would be fun,
There you go.
but it's not like
Hey,
you're
man.
cheering for it. I wouldn't be sad. It would be hysterical.
It would be hilarious.
But my point is, I want to see you succeed. I want to see something happen where you don't let it phase you. Because I've noticed it
Okay.
on here first most, and I get it. But I just feel like some things don't need to be even
I get it,
mentioned.
but it's drilled into my head that if something happens, you have to address it. You have to talk about it.
Is that a thing?
Like.
Is that like a rule of thumb for comics?
I think
Slurs,
it's
yeah.
if you're a new comic and you and like somebody drops a glass and you just don't say anything, if you just power through, or you know somebody's cell phone goes off and you just don't say anything, you just continue with your jokes. It's like, are you even in the moment? Are you
Yeah.
here with us? That's
Or is it so rehearsed that you're just
yeah.
acting?
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you get annoyed when I say any little, but you're always dropping stuff. You're always fidgeting.
Dude, I can't sit still. It is
I
what it
understand
is.
that,
You know, like it's
and
not,
I can't
not say something.
say something.
So that's why, and then like I feel
We're at
bad.
standstill here.
But I also feel bad because now I don't want to. I used to get yelled at all the time for interrupting, and I do my best not to now. And I'm not saying
No,
I'm great
you
at
need
it
to
by
straight
any
that.
means. But
Yeah.
asking me not to interrupt and asking me not to move, totally different things. I need to be able to move because I move.
You moving is interrupting. That was interrupting. Oh God! But whatever. What happened to you, Chris?
Yeah, you know what? Before you get into you totally, I want to have a question for you, and I hope this
Doesn't
doesn't.
answer.
Next week, or whenever you do that free acting class, I'm doing it with you.
Wednesday.
Is it this Wednesday?
It's this Wednesday.
Fuck, I have softball.
Yeah.
I hope it rains so I can do the class.
I mean,
instead
it's
of
not free
softball.
for you though.
Oh, I thought it was.
I know.
What do you?
I thought they were offering a free acting
I got a
class.
family hookup. It's not.
I'm family. Well, get me in a free acting class with you.
Uncle
I
Chick
would-
is a family for everybody.
Yeah. If this one goes well, maybe.
All right. My
What do you-
goal is to get into this now because once
What,
he told me,
acting?
but
You wanna
no,
get into acting?
I just want to do an
The
acting
whole-
class and see how it would be. I think it would be great and a lot of fun. And when I heard you taking an acting class,
No.
I was like, wow. I should
This
get
was
in on
because
But it was a
the
miscommunication.
relative that I have has a cousin who is an acting teacher in Sweden, and he comes here for a month every summer to teach in Manhattan also. And so he said he teaches for 4 weeks. He said you can come to one of my classes and observe, and maybe we'll have you do a scene. So it's like a
Ah.
Wait, so you have to observe a
I-
class that you're not in and do a scene?
maybe
You don't even know the
Well, I'm gonna
basics.
see if I like.
That's what I want to get thrown
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
I
That's what
I
I would
originally
look forward to
thought.
that.
See,
Like
that's
that.
what I thought it was. I found this class, a free acting class, like they're
Yes.
doing like a one-time
No,
thing.
but if I do
something
find
like
that, let's go.
100%.
That'd be awesome.
I need to make.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what do you?
We should take him to the pit and do
Improv.
improv. They do like improv open mics.
Improv open mics. Oh God.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I want to go to an improv open mic right away.
Oh my god, it's
Oh,
great.
B, you
Great. I've seen those.
That'd be
They're,
fun. They're rough.
they're
Can
the
we go to
opposite.
one
of
of those
great.
and film it?
We could do that. It'd be great to watch you do it.
That would be
Maybe
awesome.
if everybody's
Alright,
doing
let's
it and
do
I see it and I'm like,
We're
fuck it,
going.
I'll do it.
No,
Yeah.
this is it. We're going.
This is what I'm saying. I was telling B
Yeah,
this
he's
week.
and I'm
So let
excited
me-
about this.
All right, before I'm sorry to cut you off and completely take this over, but so the only thing that's going on with me this week is after me and B went out the other night, I just got to thinking. I'm like, you know
I
what?
got to thinking. Go on, I'm with. You don't have to.
The show is lacking. Okay, it's a show about our lives, right? And I enjoy doing the show, and I think it's pretty good for the most part. But like we discussed, last couple of weeks been a little rough. Just there's not much going on. We haven't had time to talk about. But unlike B, I still think the show is much better than he thinks it is.
Ugh, stinks.
But that being said, I was like, you know what? We got to start getting creative, introducing either like skits or games because we had a lot of good feedback from the first game that we did, and I want to do more things like that. But I figured if it's about our lives, we need to step our lives up, and I need to do more, be more exciting. We need to go out and just get ourselves into uncompromising or compromising situations, and just see what happens.
Well,
I'm with that.
So
I would
my
love
goal
this.
is to just, I don't know how to, you can't just throw yourself into a situation and make something, exciting happen. But if you start saying yes, like that Jim Carrey movie where
I was
he's
just
yes
gonna say,
man,
did you
Yeah.
watch that?
that's what I was, no, I
was
didn't
thinking,
see it.
and then this movie
But
came
no,
on.
I don't even think I've ever seen that movie
Great
from
movie.
front to back, like the whole thing. But
Fantastic.
it's,
You haven't seen it from front to back.
I was getting from front to back. But no, I'm just saying, you know what? I gotta start. I'm a very first thing is always no, and then it's maybe.
Right. Well, that's why I always. You're not somebody that I reach
Think
out
to reach out to. Yes, and I get it. So I was telling B from now on when you're going out because he's always finding himself in these situations. So I'm like, I gotta get in on this with him, and it will just make for good stuff and more exciting lives that we're leading. Will make for better.
Don't say where.
Context.
We're. Me and Chris are going out. We're living our life. You're the one that stays home.
Chris goes out, but he doesn't really get himself into weird situations. He's like more.
I think B and I actually were talking about this last week. I just don't think I talk about it. Which
Well, that's what
I'm
we're
working
gonna
on
get to
doing.
you.
That's what I'm working on
We're
doing.
gonna get
I
there.
need to,
We're gonna open you
I
up.
need to work on getting it out.
Yeah, and I tell everybody everything, so I need to get myself
So
into.
you need to be more interesting.
Yeah, and I need
Like
to
I
be
said-
more interesting.
I don't think everything that we do. It doesn't have to be funny. Interesting is good enough.
Like,
Yeah.
or just personal.
Personal, yeah.
Some of the best feedback we've gotten was when we weren't doing something that was like, oh my god, it's so funny, with
Yes.
my depression talk and
You're
things
right.
of that
Yeah,
nature. Which, yeah. So my whole goal is just no more no, be yes, I'll do it, unless I literally
We're talking
can't
to a
do
guy
it.
that's had a lot of goals throughout the years, though. So let's see what happens.
This isn't, but this is a selfish goal because I think it's going to improve our show.
All right.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like it's
I
not.
do.
It's not like I'm just doing it. Saying I'm going to do something. Like there's an end game in sight.
I would have loved to have had you come out last Saturday. We were hanging out.
Well, that I was actually when you said that, and I joked around with him because he didn't invite me out, but he asked where I was, and he knew I was in Brooklyn, so I couldn't come anyway.
Right, but we were out, and me and my buddy were working on this game. Another.
He's a writer of the show.
He really is a writer. Yeah, he's a writer of the show.
BB is a writer on the show.
He's the man.
So yeah, he's actually very good with. I think I sent an email of.
Can we start using his first name because I hate calling him BB. Not yet, but we'll ask him.
I think he said something about this that I forget.
That he
He's like,
likes
don't call me BB. He doesn't like it, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's a horrible name.
Yeah.
You
I don't know what
the
the hell. to call him.
I just want to call him by his first name. I mean, it's not like we're running this show that's.
Let's call him Bill.
Let's call him Bill. All right. We'll just say his name's Bill.
So, we got together and we kind of like to do this thing where we bounce ideas off each other. We have he's very much, me and him are very much, we got the same kind of sense of humor. We like the same. Yeah, like Abbott and Costello.
Just like that.
A lot of people call us the Abbott Costello of farming.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, I didn't think you could nail something so well, but you did. Yes.
That's next year's
Abbott
Halloween
and
costume.
Costello. Oh yeah. So we just have. I think he's. You have a friend where you could just sort of talk for a while and funny just happens.
Yes.
Like we got into a conversation about porn stars last week that was hilarious. And
I've been wanting to get him on.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's another person we got to get drunk before we get
we're
on.
gonna try to get him on.
Which is another thing we need to start doing before the show because I think it'll improve it. Is we need to get more fucked up when we do the show.
Okay.
I'm saying like an hour
You know what?
pregame before.
I'll
every
tell
show.
you this one thing. We should do that.
And you know that.
I was going to
to
criticize that, but
But that's a great idea.
See, I think you gotta be. There's like a point to diminishing returns with that. Where
True.
It's like,
But I'm not saying get sloshed. But we
Sloshed.
need.
I'm not saying get sloshed, okay? Like me on dart night.
I'm just talking.
I'm gonna slosh it, George.
An hour before the show, we start kicking a few back.
Well, we talk about this. I want to see.
Well, how about? Are we doing next Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink next show.
If we're doing next Wednesday, he doesn't have work Thursday morning.
Why don't I have work Thursday?
For the July.
Oh
You have work
wow! It's
Thursday
next
morning.
week already.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the third?
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm drinking next episode, no
All right.
matter when we do
Sweet.
it.
All right, very good.
I just think I'll be more loose
Lucy Goosey.
and just more
You
things
know
are
what?
gonna be
If you
flying
keep
off
doing
the
that
top.
the whole time, I don't want
Things
to
are just
see
gonna fly, and that could be good. It could be terrible, but it could also be good.
I would love
You're
that.
getting very comfortable.
Again, yeah. It's
You're getting real comfortable. And hey, they can see you now.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want everybody seeing me,
he doesn't mind.
but no. What are you gonna say?
So what I was saying was, we'll get together and we'll kind of shoot ideas off, and then we had another guy that came in, a great comedian, Nick Tillelli, joined us.
Friend of the podcast.
And we all started sort of, throwing ideas out for like another game, right? And it would have been great but I did talk to you that night, but I don't even think to ask you because...
I get it, and I wasn't mad for you not asking me. From now on, ask me.
Okay.
Yes, man.
You're a yes man?
I'm a yes
All right,
man.
let's go out. The three of us go out after this.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
You can tell when he doesn't want to do anything, and he's like,
What? Right away,
yeah,
he calls
let's
you.
go. Let's go.
Yes, man. But no, you know what else I think it's time for? Because I've actually been excited. You guys have been bashing my picks.
Now, fuck your picks. I have a story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We totally forgot about that.
I
Sorry,
did.
Chris. Go.
I saw a car fire today on a residential street, and it was nuts.
See, on a residential street, that's
Now, this is where I think he's gonna resonate. I don't know about you so much, but this is gonna resonate with him.
Mm.
So I'm driving, right? Because I'm a delivery guy, so I'm driving to.
Is that why you think it'll resonate more with him?
No, this next part. I'm driving to my next destination, right? And this is this car fire is like 2 houses down from where I have to drop off
Drugs.
drugs.
Just drug deal.
Yeah, it's a drug deal.
Yeah, legally, but yeah.
Mm.
this car is like right there, so like I can't not acknowledge it. Now I'm driving down the street and you can see the smoke, but it's not like a lot at this point, right? And as I'm getting closer, I got the windows open. It smells like shit. So I slow down and I'm looking at it, and there's like flames under the car.
What?
It's fucking crazy, right? So I go past it like to the end of the block, and now I'm sitting there, and there's nobody around. Like nobody sees this car on fire right now.
Yeah, because usually you see a car on fire. It's like on the Long Island
Well,
Expressway.
there's like crowds or like the fire department's there, right? So nobody's there, right? I've never called 911 before.
Never called.
I realized that today. Never called 911 before.
I don't think I have.
And did you call 911?
I was like, I have to call someone, and I don't know the number to the fire department.
Yeah, you would probably try to put it out yourself, right?
I've seen.
Bro, I wasn't going
before.
near that shit. I called them. They're like, "What kind of car is it?" I'm like, I'm at the end of the block. I'm not going.
Oh, you didn't stay. You rolled
no,
by.
I could see it. I could see it from where I was, but I couldn't see what kind of car it was. Like,
yeah.
A few days after.
You know if those things explode.
Well, that's what I was saying. You gotta stay a little far away from it. No, they are gonna explode.
Yeah.
What happens was.
I would have gotten away and not even.
So
called.
a few days
I
after.
called.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, cool, we're gonna send someone. It took them like 5. I stayed to watch, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It took them like 5 minutes to get there, man. By the time
Are you
they
saying
got
that's
there,
too long or no?
I mean, I'm 2 blocks away from the fire department.
Still takes time to slide down.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
they come
I'm
into
sure
the
it's a
fire
whole
department.
thing. Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway,
it won't happen.
by
They
the
have
time
fire,
they
it's all
get there,
volunteers.
dude, it is all volunteers. That makes sense. By the time
5
they
minutes
get
is
there,
not bad.
the hood is on fire.
Yeah, and that's when
And
everything
it's like
starts
black
exploding.
smoke and shit, and like people are starting to gather.
What kind of car
and
was
this
it?
one
You don't
guy-
know what kind of car?
It looked like a Corolla maybe, but I don't know if it was I don't know what
Toyota
brand it
Corolla.
was. But it was like a small looking car.
Yeah.
But this guy's out there, like it's his car obviously. He's out there with a fire extinguisher, but it's not
Hey, you do
doing
anything you
Oh,
can to
man.
save it.
Yeah. My Corolla.
He's probably gonna get so much more money than the thing's worth anyway.
Yeah.
Watching and I mean, it might have been more than 5 minutes. It felt like a while.
I wonder how
Right.
it started.
I'm watching
to catch
this
fire.
guy-
Well, when you
try to-
watch a fire develop, you're like, where are they?
I think that's what it was. Like it just felt like such a long time, and this guy's got his little fire extinguisher, and it's like this pathetic little thing.
You know, at least he's trying.
He's trying to put out the thing, and then he gets his hose and he's spraying it, but it's not.
Like
doing
a
anything.
garden hose?
Yeah, like a garden hose.
You know what? The guy's trying.
He
trying.
tried his best, but like, oh man, it's crazy. Crazy.
Right after Sandy, I worked in Lawrence,
Right.
and
What's that?
it's right by like Far Rockaway and
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I played
Five Towns and that area. Yeah, place got destroyed. And our store didn't get flooded. This is when I worked for Sherwin, and everything around us did. So for a week, our power was out. So me and my manager at the time, I was the assistant, would basically talk every morning, like, power's still out, all right. I might go by and see, go hang out by the store just in case it turns on. So a couple days we were there, and we had nothing to do, so we would just drive around and just see what the hell was going on in the area.
Yeah.
And one day we actually we were by actually Green Acres Mall, and then we were like off a peninsula, a car on fire. And we actually caught it on fire to the point where I'm pretty sure my manager's the one who called the cops. But I'm just sitting there ripping butts, cigarettes, staring at this guy. This car is on fire. The tires start popping and the gas tank explodes. But the flames are getting so high where we think it's going to catch a tree that's like hovering over it.
Yeah.
And then in turn might get to the house. Wound up not doing it, but to your point, car fires are awesome to sit there and watch. But then my boss was making fun of me because I was like making fun of like things going on.
Wait, so you didn't call 911? You was like,
My manager called.
oh, okay.
All
But
right,
I'm
so
pretty sure there was a
someone
bunch of people around looking at it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was just me. I don't know. I had a couple of inappropriate comments here and there.
What were your comments?
I don't remember exactly, but I
You
remember my
remember
boss was
exactly.
laughing at me.
And they're like, we gotta make this guy manager. And that was a
Only
bigger
good
tragedy
things.
than Sandy. No, they were both bad. Dude,
They were both bad.
They were both tragedies. You becoming manager of that Lawrence store and Sandy was both a tragedy.
I didn't want to become
Equal.
manager of that store.
Yeah. Well, they probably didn't want you to become manager
No,
after
fuck
they
you.
realized what. I worked for my family company at that
Yeah,
point.
that your father didn't fire you from.
Well, we sold the company. Sort of.
Didn't Noah still keep his job?
Well, no, it was First of all, let's not use names.
The
All right.
first name.
Oh yeah, like there's a ton of them out there. do they know he was?
And I'm not bad mouthing him. He kept his job.
Yeah. Well, he's smarter than me, and he's more efficient. But I worked for during Sandy. Now we had a ton of patients that were on oxygen. So if power goes out, these guys can't breathe. So
That's a problem.
yeah, I remember going to Long Beach, and I would walk up. I had to walk up these steps, and we were delivering like these, like when you see somebody scuba diving and they have like those tanks.
Yep.
We were just delivering those
Oxygen tanks.
No. Well, they were the big. There's like a lot of different kinds. I guess
It was a big oxygen tank.
yeah, and then like even like ones that were bigger, like
5
6
feet
tank.
tall. Yeah, I know. I've seen those.
And so we were doing that constantly, and there were some people that wouldn't leave the building, but we had to check, like, because
What
we
do you
had
mean
patients
wouldn't leave? Like
in Long Beach, like they were told like they had to leave, but there were some people that were just old, and they're like, yeah, I'm not leaving, so we'd have to go, and I remember going
like I'm going down with the boat.
yeah, and I remember going through like this dark hallway, like up these stairs with these tanks. It was crazy, and then trying to deliver stuff to and hopping over broken trees. It was nuts.
In
Usually
those
the
people's
story-
defense,
Yeah,
there was a lot of false
Of course.
evacuations in Long Beach and that area before that.
yeah.
So a lot of people didn't expect. There was like the perfect storm
Mm-hmm.
in their defense.
It was a perfect storm.
Because normally you would tell people like, "Oh, you get told to evacuate. Why didn't you?"
Right.
But there was so many times.
It was the one time where it actually
was like,
Yeah.
let's get the fuck out of
It's
here.
like vegan.
And it didn't even rain. I don't know if anybody remembers Sandy. There was all
No,
wind and
rain.
tide.
It was
There was
wind.
no rain.
Yeah, I didn't even lose power. Had an
I
entire
don't remember. I
family
think I
come
lost
in.
power for like one day.
Yeah.
We weren't like it was more than
I
it was
had water up
one
my
day,
street.
maybe
Did
2
you?
days.
Yeah.
Well, you're in Massapequa.
Yeah, I lived one block North America at the time. We had water like up to our stoop. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
no, a lot of people. They got all the sandy houses, they call them now.
Yep.
All the renovated ones. But are we?
It's time for Chicks Picks.
Is
Oh,
it time for Chicks
Oh
Picks?
please!
Let's do it.
I've been clamoring all
You know what?
show.
I am actually excited, extremely excited for 2 of them.
You say this every episode.
Actually, no, 3
So
of
why
them.
not?
3 of them. 3 of them. All 3 of my picks. I'm extremely
Alright.
excited for.
Okay.
I don't know why I said 2.
Rattle them off.
The first one, I'm going to start with the worst out of the 3. And it's not even the worst. It's just my least favorite out of the 3. It's a documentary, 4-part documentary series on Amazon called Lorena.
Lorena Bob.
Yep. Did you see it?
No, but I lived through that story, so I know.
Anybody who's lived, do you know who Lorena Bobbitt
Not
is,
even a
Chris?
clue.
No.
No,
John Wayne Bobbitt doesn't ring a bell?
not at all.
Lorena Bobbitt is an immigrant from, I forget what South American country, who came
Venezuela.
over. What was Venezuela? I don't know. It was South America. She was Latina. And she came here, and she wasn't a citizen fully yet. And she wound up getting married to this guy, John Wayne Bobbitt, who's an ex-military guy. And she says he sexually assaulted her throughout their whole marriage and abused her. He claims that he didn't. She cuts his cock off. You never heard about this?
Oh, I've heard about that.
She cut his
story,
cock
yeah,
off.
Sure.
Took it with her in the car, threw it out of the car as she,
Oh,
as
I've
she
heard
left.
Right by CVS.
They actually had like a search teams go out, find his cock, and they were able to reattach it with like good, like it was no issues.
Oh,
And
right. Oh, shit, there's
He was a
some
porn star after it.
I
There was
know.
no issues.
Yeah, he was a porn star.
Yes.
There's probably
Well,
some
part
issues
of-
in there.
Part of it was
Probably
like
look weird.
the.
Did you ever watch that video?
No, I never saw
Yeah,
the
me
porn.
neither.
I'm not gonna lie. I will look for it.
I would
because
like to
have
watch
to.
it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I would like to see what those surgeons did. to
Yes.
restore that.
That's hard.
But no, so the whole thing is basically about the actual story, the details of the case, what happened to both of them afterwards. And the thing that I was most fascinated about, because I did know a lot about the story itself, was about John Wayne Bobbitt and everything that happened to him after this.
Yeah.
This sick bastard whatever, I'm not going to tell you what happened to the trials because you've never seen anything. Just fucking watch it. You should watch it. It was like one of the
Yeah, I'll
biggest
watch it.
stories of the time. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
And this guy gets his thing cut off to get it put back on, becomes a porn star, and then
Obvious next
goes to get surgery again to make it bigger and wider.
Yeah.
The surgeon mangled the second surgery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's now like a deformed. They didn't really like go into too much, but yeah. Why would you after you know what I'm saying? Like it was just the guy. What John Wayne Bobbitt did. He also got in trouble for like abusing other girls.
Well, what I found interesting about that. Now I think I just watched like maybe the Dateline thing, did something like right before.
Yeah.
And what I found interesting, I remember when that was going on. I was young. We were young.
Yeah,
but I remember
94, I think. Or
93
or
94.
Like that.
But I remember like being in school and people and like kids be like, John Bobbitt, that name was like you would hear it.
You hear Lorena Bobbitt, you know exactly what it was.
You would hear like Lorena Bobbitt, she's crazy, But turns out
he was
the crazy one.
Yeah, and he just beat the piss out of her. Yeah, and I didn't know any of that.
That's not good.
Yeah.
He was so famous after because everybody felt bad for him.
He was on the Stern Show all the time.
Dude, he was on Stern all the time. Like, dude, the 4-part documentary, if you live through it, it's interesting to relive it and see more that you probably didn't know.
Because there's more than you thought.
Exactly.
It was such like, it was like a...
It was like a joke. Everybody, I mean, it was on every SNL, they show it.
Everything.
And like, I remember it being made fun of everywhere. Like, I remember it.
Being in the lunchroom and being like...
Yeah, because we were young.
Just John
we were like
Bobbitt.
10 or 11 years old.
Know much,
so yeah, you just knew that Lorena Bobbitt cut off John Wayne Bobbitt's whatever.
It was one of the
that
first
was the same
crazy...
time as OJ. I mean, there was so much shit that happened on. They said like it was like dude, it was crazy.
Yeah, those mid '90s, early '90s stuff was
it's just
wacky.
Severely interesting. I highly recommend it. Second one.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to go.
Anybody who's a Kevin Bacon fan, get ready. City on a Hill.
Okay, I watched
on
the first
Showtime.
Episode. I watched the first episode.
I guess it's if I want to sum it up, he's a corrupt cop in Boston, and it's just about politics and everything going on in the city of Boston. And what time was it? 80s it takes place, I think.
Yeah.
It's in like the 80s. It's great. First 2 episodes have been fucking awesome. Kevin Bacon's like the main character, and he's like typical scumbag Kevin Bacon. It reminds me of Kevin Bacon from the movie where he fondles the boys.
Oh.
The fucking the fuck.
I don't know.
With De Niro.
Where he fondles the boys.
The church boys.
The church boys. I don't know.
Whatever. Everybody knows it. I can't believe it's on the tip of my tongue. But whatever. That's like the type of person. He's just a sick fucking it, but he's great. City on a Hill.
All right.
That's my second.
I didn't love the first episode.
You didn't? The second episode I thought was better.
I'll watch the second episode.
But I was really happy with the second ones.
Yeah.
The second one as well. The show that right now, first episode, I didn't even know it was coming out. Saw it. The name kind of struck out at me, and then I read the summary of it, and I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. It's basically about teenage drugs.
Oh, Euphoria.
Okay,
I want to check
Euphoria on HBO.
Okay. I've heard of this.
It's basically a girl who's a drug addict in high school. She had a rough upbringing, and it's just about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know what I mean? It's in high school. They're high school students, but it's very dark. It's like I don't know. It's extremely dark, and like there's a lot of sex. They show cocks. They show everything. Yeah, it's very vulgar and just
That's his favorite part.
Yeah,
it is. It was fucking awesome.
All right, I'm down with that. Cool.
Nudity and drugs and all that. So those are my 3 picks: Lorraine on Amazon, Euphoria on HBO, and City on a Hill on Showtime.
Okay, I'll give.
All 3 of those are honestly highly recommend. And 2 of them are brand new. 1 of them came out in the beginning of the year.
All right, I like it.
I'm in.
I don't know if I'm in, but
I'm in.
You should be.
I want to watch
the
Euphoria.
90s one.
Euphoria was awesome, and you already tried City on a Hill, and you know the Lorena stuff, but that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. All right, I'm down with that. I like it.
And yeah, that's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to.
Is that gonna be your catchphrase?
Something else you can make fun of me about. Since you've been angry this episode.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not angry. You know who I'm angry with? Robocalls.
Who?
Robocalls.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was something at first, and then I realized
No,
I get them all the time.
You guys get these robocalls?
Yeah.
And now they're at the point where they're trying to trick us. They're like robots. And
I also hate collection calls, am I right?
I'm Karen.
But no, they
It
also
sounds like you're doing an awful bit.
They-
from, like, the
yeah.
90s.
It's terrible.
You know what I hate, guys? These robocalls.
Well,
you know they're trying to trick us.
Because they are.
Pretending that they're real
Nothing
people.
bothers
And
me
I listened
more.
to the full thing.
I was just gonna say, and I think I know what. Like one of the things that bothers me when you get those calls is when I get called and I say hello, then I have to wait and it starts ringing.
Oh, see,
Somebody,
I
did you ever
haven't
get
had
that?
no.
Where you pick up, it rings, and then something else picks up, like you just called them, and they're like, "Oh, how can I help you?"
No, I haven't gotten that.
I've gotten the ones where it's like a robot, but they're pretending to be a real person.
All right, the thing that bothers me is they do this thing where the robot's like, oh, like they stutter, like, oh, hi, hi, are you there? And it's a robot. It's like, what are you?
I don't think I've ever gotten
Oh my
that.
God! Yeah, we're getting different robocalls.
You know what's crazy?
We are getting-
There's
Mine is trying to trick me.
technology now where they can actually, you're getting phone calls from like random numbers, and it's just
And it's-
somebody's number.
And I got that this week too. And,
What do
and
you
the other
mean?
person was like, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those damn call. It was like an older person, and we were both on the phone with each
Yeah.
other, or like just
I
out
had
of
someone
nowhere.
call me once and be like, dude, you just called me? Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's what I
I
got.
didn't.
Dude, you know how many times I do that? I love calling back a number I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I like to want to know who it is.
yeah, it was this.
Curiosity killed the cat. So I next time you drink, and yeah, can you put a coaster down? You're ruining the table. You have no respect.
That's
But-
what's ruining the table?
Bro, this table's been
That's what
room
we're
for a
worried
while.
about with
And
this
and
table?
we've been here. We know you got new patio furniture out back. I've seen
Yeah,
the boxes.
Come on, man. What happened to the box?
Yeah.
Dude? It's probably beautiful. Sick invite
We
to the
could do it in the
backyard.
backyard. I just figured it would be easier in
Maybe
the
we
garage
will.
because of the sound.
Yeah, no.
But if we're gonna keep the garage door open, we might as well just sit down in the backyard and do
Yeah.
it.
Do it in
You're
the
right.
pool.
We should do it live from the pool.
Live from the pool. I like that. Get you in the pool.
Yeah.
And then
Shirt
Dee and
off
I
for the
will do a
ladies.
podcast.
We'll do the podcast.
You know what I did the other day at work? I catch myself.
What'd you do?
I'm walking and I'm outside smoking a cigarette, and I look in the side and I see one, like the mirror, like the windows that reflect,
Yeah.
and you can see yourself.
Oh no.
And I look at myself and I'm like, oh my
That must
God,
be-
my tits look droopy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that right now. 'cause
Yeah,
I
you're
can
wearing a tank top.
Dude.
Don't.
You don't. Your body
see
doesn't
this?
work well with tank
Oh.
tops, bro.
What do you mean?
I can
It's
see
just
the.
not.
I can see a lot of.
Me?
You
Yeah.
need like a
Yeah, no,
bra.
I know. I don't know. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
I was looking at that one side. I was like, man, is that a tit or?
They're like
So
falling
basically,
out.
what I did was, I catch myself and I'm like, oh my God, like.
Yeah. It must be jarring.
I was like, I look bigger than I've ever looked in that. It's like that, the peripheral was
Oh.
terrible.
Sometimes you
And
gotta
I'm
look at
like, my
yourself. It's
tits
just
look
very
like they're
embarrassing.
sagging. Like I look like a 90-year-old. Like
Well,
my tits
I'm gonna be honest.
I look
Jay.
like a pregnant
They don't
chick.
just look. They don't just look like
I
a sag.
look like I was like, you know
They're
what?
sag.
I used to always be big, have a stomach, but even though I had big tits, I always had like perky ones.
Yeah, well, they're not perky anymore.
And I caught myself, right? So I'm fucking with my softball team,
Yeah.
and I send them a big chat, a picture. I take a picture of my tit,
What is that?
and I let them
Is that a
know.
bag
I'm
of
like, how does
softballs?
that look? That's still droopy.
Man, no, it is droopy,
That's
man.
a-
It's
that
not
is a
good.
droopy
I got saggy
titty,
tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could like, there's like a
I guess
lot
as you get older, usually it's women after they have babies. It's guys
Maybe
after they
start
turn
wearing, like, a sports
35.
bra or
I'm
something
doing
like
it.
that.
Yeah, you should get like what are those things where they like
Hold it up.
hold it up? What are they called? It.
A push-up, bro?
No, women have been getting them for a while now.
Lift.
No, not lifts. They're not lifts. It's almost like
These women have been getting them
women,
for a while.
women get them for a while.
Looks like the three guys
for
with no
men.
business
Hey, you know
talking
what's
about
creepier
it.
than 3 dudes talking about bras? Nothing.
Yeah.
No, they're like girdles. They like.
Oh,
What?
that's
Like
it.
you want like a corset or like?
It's like a corset. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but there's probably people listening like, yeah.
Hey,
it's this,
all
yeah.
one woman that listens to this? Go
No,
ahead.
no
No,
women.
we got some
listen.
women who
No.
listen.
Who?
No,
Name one.
Chick's mom.
Yeah.
She stopped listening.
Chick's mom, right in. What's this thing that he's talking about?
No, people know this.
Is it a girdle?
It's like a modern day girdle where
Well,
it keeps everything in.
It disappoints me now because I got saggy tits.
Man, you've had saggy tits
that buddy
for a while.
Sports bra.
I never mind having them. Now it's just that they're big, then and they're sagging. I look like the lunch lady.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joes.
Yeah, you do look like the lunch lady, man. But you know what? You're killing it your own way. You're looking good.
Yeah, I'm killing it all right.
Hey, man, your
Myself.
head super smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
it is. Yeah. Oh man, I think we've reached the end of this podcast.
Yeah,
about
so
20
I
minutes
can't
ago.
wait till
Yeah.
start next week when
Oh,
we can
God.
binge this episode. Too.
Well, this was again not a good one, right?
I never know until I
had a
listen
good
back,
time.
and I
Yeah,
actually
you're
thought
right.
it was pretty good.
All right,
Good time.
You know what? Nobody ever listened to B, because if it's up to B, you just do this and tell everybody to stop listening.
Oh God. I just
Thanks
wanna
for
give-
the reviews. Keep
I just
reviewing
wanna-
us.
Listen, guys, keep reviewing us.
We got a new review that somebody who
Oh, nice.
I actually know who the review was, but
Who was it?
it was a friend of a good friend of mine. Commented on your Bravo choices that she likes that you watch Bravo, and she's a female who listens.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
good.
of course it was a female.
By the way, I am knee deep in Bravo.
But anyway,
podcast.
thanks for listening,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks
If you
a lot.
made it this far, episode 63, review us.
Website, write in. That's it.
Spanx. They're called Spanx. That's what.